began with Maria playing guitar and singing and writing the chorus melody.
One day, went over to your place on Birchview Road, and we were just playing music that we were writing. And when Erin heard it, the back half of the chorus, she was like, what if we did this? And she took it up for us, and it sounded really good.
After that had happened, Siobheann and I were playing, we were at a rehearsal, and I started playing this melody line, and you started playing a bass line that was a harmony to the melody. But the rhythm of Good Water is also that it emphasizes the offbeat. So again, where does all of that come from? Who knows? You know, who knows how it comes out? But what Siobheann was doing was also pretty unique. So it became a feature for the song. You're playing a bass line that is a combination of rhythm, but it's actually harmony to the melody line, and the piano is playing the melody line. So.
That we were planning to record and develop felt like, okay, yeah, we want to bring somebody in to collaborate, because, as you were saying, Denise, we were doing more with songs and pushing the boundaries in different directions musically. And so it made sense to bring somebody in from that other world that we didn't always live in. Julie, our sister, she was the one who came up with the idea of asking David Bottrill.
When I got involved with the band, we met at a restaurant and decided whether we were going to work together. And I went over to a rehearsal at Julie's house, and they played me a number of the songs, and I immediately picked up on Good Water. Particularly, I loved the groove. It really reminded me of a song that I had worked on many, many years ago with Peter Gabriel called In Your Eye. In your eyes, the light, the heat. And it had that sort of offbeat sort of snare. It had that sort of not straight 4/4 backbeat normal thing, and it really I was very enticed by that groove and the whole spirit of the song. When they played it to me, I thought, man, this is like the cornerstone of this record. If we're going to work on this record, then this song has to be the cornerstone. After that, they sang me a piece of music that I hope a lot of people get to listen to. It's more a chorale piece, but those two pieces they really drew me into being part of this record.
When he did come over to my house and the whole band was in the front living room, David came to the front door and we were very excited because this is this major producer with 3 Grammys and he's worked with everybody that we love. And he comes to the door very politely, knocks on the door. He comes in, he doesn't say anything. He comes and sits down on the chair, takes his notepad out and his pen, and proceeds to just cross his legs and sit there and listen. He was so intensely present. He told us what he liked. We had some conversations. He went away and we were working together. And so we're so glad that he came on board.
It was safe in his hands. He could handle the sensibility that's all around it. It met all of that criteria, that it's musical, that it's beautiful, that it's weighted, with a rock sensibility, yet a beauty that communicates the lyric. That combination of the weight and beauty, absolutely necessary. And he understood that fully.
But something that he really contributed to this piece was the use of the electric guitar and some different players. That was different for us as well. He very tastefully brought in the electric guitar in a way that was complementary, still respecting the progressive roots nature of the song. Our sister Julie contributed a lot to the lyrics and arrangement.
Julie was a big part of this. Coming up with the right style of drumming and what I was doing. And I can remember if I ever got another phone call from her to say, okay, we're gonna do this again now, we're gonna do this again. So we would be at home with our own home studios, computer, not really home studios, computer, but for me anyway, and really figuring out the right part. Julie had such a high standard for this, and when it was right, I mean, we got it. But we were prepared when we did go into the studio.
David, if everyone has the privilege of getting to know him, he is one of the most gorgeous hearts and persons and beings you'll ever meet. But when he comes to the job and to the task, I have never met anybody with more laser focus. Yeah. His ears are beyond anybody's ears that I have ever worked with in my life.
You know, we were always on our toes.
Always.
I remember in the studio, Siobheann saying, Frank, come here. Siobheann just finished a bass part and he says, do you think he's going to like it? And I said, Siobheann, I have no idea, but I know he's listening to it right now. She goes, I can't listen. I got to go. And she ran outside the studio because she couldn't bear that David was listening to her bass parts. And I was...
Well, I got over that eventually. But you know, I was tucked away in my cozy little room where I could just do my thing.
Again.
What's that?
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm listening to David. And oh boy, you better pay attention to him or look out.
And then the third one, you did a jing, jing, jing. You just added one upstroke. And so that takes it away from being just a repetitive part for me. So,
And I'm just saying it while I'm thinking about it, and because I'll forget and then it'll be gone. That little part, just that little part would be enough.
the last bar.
Yeah.
Let's mute it. Let's have you play it again.
Yep.
And then if we want, we can maybe have a fade up of the stereo thing that comes in to do that.
Yeah. So you can't hear it, but you'll feel it.
Yeah.
Right. So you know.
Right here? You want right there. That's what you want to do.
What are we listening to there, Scott?
That was a fade up of the stereo ones for the last whole bar or half bar?
The whole last bar.
That works.
The actual lyric idea is what it is, good water. We're all thirsting for good water. Well, obviously we all need water and good water. Goodness, you know, we're all thirsting for the good in our life. Then related to that is the idea of love, of course, as a necessity. So good water, we all need it, and we also need love. So those two themes are the main themes of the song.
We had this song in the works for several years. A lot of, like it could be 6, 7 years, that you just never found the finish line on it. If it wasn't right, it wasn't right, and that's just it. And so it took a long time, but we took the time.
We are a generation, people called to be together, loving one. he said.